Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, August 31st, 2023. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SBCA of Anne Arundel County. I'm not going to lie, I think today was probably the lightest news day we've seen yet, which is a good thing, I suppose. So no dawdling on it. Let's get into it, shall we? When municipalities sue Big Pharma for the opioid epidemic or the oil companies for sea level rise, you never know how it's going to turn out. And now we can add the Anne Arundel County Public Schools to that list. They are suing the major social media platforms, accusing the software giants of purposely growing too fast, which has had a negative impact on the mental health of students. They cited a surge of students who say that they cannot control their anxiety. They are seeking unspecified damages, a stop to targeting children, and to fund a prevention and education program. Now, Anne Arundel County is not alone. Cecil, Carroll, and Montgomery counties have also filed their own lawsuits. The Anne Arundel County Public Works Department flipped the switch on Tuesday. That switch was actually turning on the solar power for a recent capital project to provide clean energy to the Bureau of Public Utilities up in Millersville. 4 carports and 7 rooftop arrays are going to produce 1.3 megawatts of power, and I have no idea how much that is, but it is enough to power about 90% of that facility. The project was largely paid for from a grant from the Maryland Department of the Environment, and who doesn't like a 90% savings on electricity? If you're flying Southwest from BWI today, you likely will see a bunch of pilots picketing. They will be showing their frustration over contract negotiations that have been dragging on for more than 3 years. Yes, 3 years. Right now, there is no immediate threat of any kind of a strike, and the pilots are actually encouraged that the airline will continue to negotiate. But if the National Mediation Board releases the pilots' union from the negotiations, a strike could happen, and of course, you guessed it, it'll happen during the holidays. The last pilot strike was back in 2010 when Spirit Airlines pilots walked off the job, and that lasted for about 6 days. And prior to that was 2005 and Northwest pilots. WalletHub.com, who I do respect for polls and surveys, says that Maryland is the 8th best state for teenage drivers. They looked at some legitimate metrics, not the Google searches that the casinos use, and they say that our strict impaired driving laws, the graduated licensing program, our relatively low number of teen DUIs and teen driver fatalities all spell good news for Maryland teens. The best states are, in order, Oregon, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Washington, West Virginia, Illinois, and then Maryland. Somewhat surprising to me, I wonder if the density and lower driving speeds may have something to do with that. The worst states? Montana, Missouri, and Wyoming. As we wrap it up, you are running out of time for tickets to the 18th Annual Boatyard Beach Bash at the Annapolis Maritime Museum and Park. September 9th is the date, so you want to go get those tickets now at amaritime.org, and you want to be sure to check out the schedule for the September Sunset Concert Series at eyeonannapolis.net or at amaritime.org. Those concerts do start up again next Thursday on September 7th. All right, that's all I've got news-wise. Podcast stuff. Up this weekend on the Local Business Spotlight, we're talking to Steve Tobin, who's the president of Colonial Players, and it's all about the theater and their 75th season. Some quick housekeeping notes. We do have a long weekend coming up with Labor Day on Monday, so we will not be doing a DNB on Monday, but the best way to keep up on the local news is the Daily News Recap email. That goes out at 7 p.m., 365 days a year. It's free and paywall-free. And here's a link to sign up. All right, that is a wrap. As always, thank you for being you, and thank you to the sponsors for the Daily News Brief: Annapolis Subaru, the SBCA of Anne Arundel County, Solar Energy Services, Alpha Engineering, Scout and Molly's, and Hospice of the Chesapeake. So now you just need to hang tight because we have George from DC MDVA Weather here with the only locally forecast weather report you will find And of course, Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace is here with your Annapolis Makerspace Maker Minutes. All that's coming right up, so hang tight.
Ready for a new look for those end-of-summer parties? Come see us at Scout and Molly's. I'm Betsy Abraham. My mom and I own and operate this great little boutique at the Annapolis Town Center. Come enjoy a fun, in-person shopping experience with a bonus, real customer service. We'd love to help you pick out the perfect outfit for back-to-school Annapolis boat shows and nights out with your friends. Scout and Molly's, Annapolis Town Center. Thanks for shopping local.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, August 31st, last day of August 2023, and also the last day of meteorological summer today, and it will be a nice one, with cooler temps and breezy winds out of the northeast as what was Hurricane Idalia moves offshore from the Carolinas coast and spins counterclockwise in the Atlantic, and high pressure moves in from the north and northwest, which will bring plenty of sunshine today through Labor Day Monday and beyond. Look for highs today around 80 degrees with winds gusting out of the northeast at 20 to 25 miles per hour at times, with AM lows tomorrow maybe down into the upper 50s or lower 60s ahead of a sunny day Friday to get September started off on a great note with highs again around 80 degrees. As for the long holiday weekend, expect sunshine each day Saturday through Monday with highs Saturday in the low to mid 80s for most, with temps then warming significantly into the low to mid 90s on Sunday, followed by what might be a scorcher on Labor Day Monday with highs in the mid to upper 90s, with temps likely staying in the 90s each day through at least Wednesday or Thursday of next week with little to no rain in sight. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to follow DCMDVA Weather on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates each day, along with one more update tomorrow here on Eye on Annapolis ahead of the holiday weekend before we take a break until returning on Tuesday morning. And as always, be sure to visit the website at dcmdvaweather.info so you can always stay weather informed.
Advanced illness decisions aren't always easy. Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, wants you to know you do have a choice over who provides care, what type of care, and when and where your loved one receives that care. Learn more at hospicechesapeake.org.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker Minutes, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. On Sunday, be sure to check out the First Sunday Arts Festival down on the first block of West Street, with lots of local vendors, great music, and good food. Up in Timonium, the Maryland State Fair started last weekend, but it'll also be open this weekend, today through Sunday, as well as next week, Thursday through Sunday. And the Anne Arundel County Fair is coming up the week after that. At Maryland Hall, registration is open for their vast catalog of fall classes for 2023, with classes for children and adults, with topics including ceramics, wood turning, drawing, jewelry, glass fusing, and lots more. At Knits and Pieces off of Bestgate Road, registration is open for classes coming up in September, including the start of their second Saturday skills sessions, Socks 101, How to Knit with 2 Colors, and a few others. Classes fill up pretty fast, so you might want to sign up soon. At Whole Foods in Annapolis, Today, their Half Pint Kids Club is doing breakfast parfaits with just a morning session this week. And on Tuesday, their Half Pint Kids Club is doing red, white, and blue cupcakes, also with just a morning session. At Local by Design, tonight, check out their River Rock Fused Glass Studio Workshop, learning about fused glass with River Rock Fused Glass Studio. At Art Farm in Annapolis, their fall semester is starting. On Monday, there's the first session of their Beat Making with Machine for ages 10 through 15, starting a 4-week run. And on Tuesday, check out a family clay class, the first of 3 sessions, and registration is open for their Fall Kids Art Camp starting soon, including cartooning, painting, STEAM, and more. At the Anne Arundel County Public Library System this week, Saturday, Crofton has Ask a Master Gardener. Discoveries, the library at the mall, has a STEAM club, doing coding for ages 6 through 10, using various games and challenges. And there's a bunch of SoCo Grows stuff going on at Deal. There's soil, building a strong foundation for plants, sun and shade, put the right plant in the right place, and landscape, enjoy your space, all on Saturday. On Tuesday, the Glen Burnie Library has Little Artist Process Art. Eastport Annapolis Neck has their homeschool STEM with Launch into Science. Deal has their Nature Explorers Club, and Deal also has an art night with a Harry Potter theme. And then on Wednesday, Discoveries has an adult art club. Edgewater has Skeins and Stitches. And Eastport Annapolis Neck has Sip and Paint, coloring with watercolors for ages 11 and up. If you have any questions about the Annapolis Makerspace, the Maker Minutes, or any of these events, feel free to contact me at trevor@makeannapolis.org. And you can find links to all of these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website, also at makeannapolis.org. Whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
The benefits of a good night's sleep are well documented. Sleeping well prevents weight gain, improves concentration and creativity, and boosts the immune system. So, what keeps you up at night? If you run a business, then the security of your computer network may be one of those things. Threats like ransomware and phishing are becoming increasingly sophisticated and pose a real risk to any business. Don't let these cyber threats keep you up at night. At Alpha, they've been helping their customers sleep better for over 30 years by monitoring in real time and hardening network defenses. And for those irritating IT issues that arise every day, Alpha's just a phone call away, helping your business run smoothly and helping you sleep better, knowing Alpha is on guard. Give Alpha a call to see if they can ease your worries and help you get the rest you deserve. Find them at alphagetsit.com.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.